name's Ellison from Houston, Texas.
I guess it's Friday, last week of the season, week 3. I've been hunting for, I guess, 4 years up here in Alberta. This is the 3rd buck I've taken. It's by far the best. I hunted the first 4 days on a cut line. Saw some nice deer. Didn't get a shot at anything really good. My guide Cody came in and flipped me Thursday at about 11. Put me in a new spot. First time hunted spot. Had deer all over the place. Saw multiple bucks, 5, 6 bucks. Took a shot at a nice 150 class 10 point. Missed. Guess kind of lucky that I missed him. Went back in this morning, rattled in an 8 point early. Saw this guy at about 11 o'clock, following a doe through the bush. Came out about 280 yards, maybe 290, and I hit home with that one. Pretty happy. Walked down, waited a little while, walked down, walked in on the trail, and there he was, laying there dead. Pretty fired up. Waited for my guide to get there. Drug him out, and here we are.
Got one tickled hunter here, boy.
I'm telling you, my first hunt with Terry and Alberta Wilderness Guide Service, and Saturday morning. It's been warm all week. We haven't had any snow. I've seen deer just galore all week. I've probably seen over 80 deer this week, which is highly unusual for up here. But this is the 3rd, what I call a great old big one. This was the 3rd deer I saw, and this is the 3rd big one running a doe. And it was probably 7:40 this morning, I think, and he crossed.
Sounds right, yeah.
And there was no question about whether he was going to be a shooter or not.
Hey, do you think this is how do you compare that one you seen right off on Monday or Tuesday there jumping the fence?
I think that one jumping the fence probably come out just a little bit more on the forward spin. But I mean, this deer's got the mass.
He sure does.
This deer's got a higher. I mean, look at that G3. That's a huge.
He's a beauty.
Oh, I'm tickled too.
He's got to be well into the 170s, that one.
Yeah, he broke this point off earlier.
Yeah.
But I mean, I tell you what.
Well, you've been telling me every day what a blast you've been having hunting up here, and I mean, this is just caps it off nice, huh?
I have had a ball. Whether I told you this morning, and I told you a couple mornings, whether I killed a deer this week or not, I have seen so many deer that I have just had a blast. I have seen big deer, I've seen medium deer, I've seen several 140, 150 class deer, I've seen 5 or 6 10 pointers, several 8s, the whole range of deer from spikes all the way up to this size right here. I saw a pretty good muley buck yesterday, but I've seen over 60 does plus the whole week I've been out here hunting 2 different stands, and well, I tell you, this happens so fast.
Well, I want to congratulate you as a good hunter.
Thank you, sir.
Lee KIES from Tennessee.
What a hog. What a beautiful deer. What a great place to hunt.
In the 4 years I've been hunting, this is my 4th buck I've taken, and by far the best. Just a great deer. You can see by the size.
How much do you weigh, Mark?
I'm going to say this deer's in the 300-pound range.
No, how much do you weigh?
Oh, 210. 210 pounds.
That deer almost dwarfs you. You almost let him go.
Yeah, I was up in the stand, sitting in the stand in the morning. We come out. I gave him a yes, I gave him a no, I gave him a yes, a no, and then I said yes, and down he went. After a little looking.
Tremendous brute.
Yeah, I'm happy. Happy camper.
You better be. Good job, Marcus. Bushwhacker.
The whackers.
The whacker.
Started hunting up here in '95, and first year was on a record-breaking thing. Reed Hoskins, James Crow, and Paul Poppy killed 3 of the biggest deer that's ever been taken up here, and I got to watch. And this year I got to participate. Unbelievable. I've hunted up here in 38, I think it was 28 below, 30 below, and freezing cold. And this one, it was 40 something degrees. So you can't say, well, you know, it's got to be cold weather to kill these deer. You got to put in your time. This is the first time I've killed on the 5th day, and it's not an easy hunt. If you just think you're going to come up here and just shoot something, you know, first 5 minutes, you might get lucky, but most people put in hard, long hours. But this is, you see what it's worth, and it's unbelievable. Look at this G2. I mean, just unbelievable. Look at this. The sucker was coming, stepped out on a cut line about 400 yards, and Bazawi had him on a string, and he just reeled him into me, and all he kept just, and you could just see his old head just boom, boom, boom. And I kept saying, well, some guy in West Camp messed one up, shot a horn off, and I'm saying, dummy, don't shoot this darn horn off. And he wouldn't turn, and he just kept walking sideways, you know. And finally, he just got so close to me, his head was down, and I just nailed him right between the shoulders. But that is an unbelievable deer. Thank you, Dave. This was a hunt of a lifetime. Every year, you know, you can't hunt inches, you got to hunt deer. And if, you know, I didn't realize this deer was this big. All I could see was just high, this kicker, these G2s. I thought he was an 8-point. I couldn't ask for a, you know, more memorable hunt. It was just truly unbelievable. And I love the character of this guy's nose.
Turn him sideways?
It's going to be unbelievable mount. And if y'all think I'm straining, you ought to be trying to hold this big brute up here. If you get up, come up here, you get one like this.
John Fullerton from upstate New York. This is what, number 6 for the 6th hunt you've been on, counting your double hunt?
Yeah, 4 years and 6 weeks. And as you can see, I finally pulled the trigger on one. I've let some go that would score better than this one, but as you can see, he's got a little bit of character to him. Just couldn't let this one walk. Great morning here this morning. As you can see, probably see it's snowing a little bit, and I rattled in 3 different bucks this morning. This was the 3rd one. The other 2 were real small, but this guy was looking up the cut line at me quite a ways off, and at first I thought, well, I was going to have to let him walk too, but then he turned his head a little bit and I saw this drop tine, and that made up my mind real fast. So once he turned a little bit to the side to give me a decent shot, I just held it on his front shoulder and he went right down. Been a long time putting this one on the ground, but I'm more than a little bit happy about it. He's got lots of character. This is one of the ones that it just doesn't matter what they score.
Carl TAMIN down from Pennsylvania. Second hunt with us here and did himself proud this time.
Yeah, we don't get a chance at too many like these back home. So that's what I come up here for. Nice heavy horned deer. I passed on a couple earlier and paid off this time anyhow.
That guy really doesn't have a lot of spread, but they must have both types of genes down that area. You seen a real wide one when you were...
Oh, the other day that one was a beauty. I was holding out for him, but...
Oh yeah, you were hunting him when this...
Yes, and this one here come by and I rattled this one in. He came in on me real quick and I had to make a decision, and it was pretty hard to pass this one up.
Yeah.
I saw about a 155 10-pointer that morning, that's my opinion, and I had a pretty decent shot at him, but I still had that other big one in mind, and then this one come by, there was no
give him a good
second guessing.
Give him a couple twists around there both ways, and you can get a... There you go. Boy, oh boy. A lot of tines sticking up there.
Yeah, this is what I got to see here this side when he turned to go.
Uh-huh.
Saw this big high tine and this mass, and I said, yeah, can't let this one go.
Well, I finally got a chance to come to Alberta. I've been hunting different parts of Canada, but I finally got over here. My brother Ron Stevens been hunting here with David and had a lot of good luck over the last several years, so I come on over, and after 4.5 days, this is what I ended up with. I got in the stand this morning and seen a good 140 class deer right at daylight. Then another buck come through, and about an hour later I seen 4 does. About noon, I looked down to my left about 250 yards and I seen an antler movement, and got ready, and as soon as I got my gun in place, this big boy stepped out, and as soon as I seen the mass, there was no question I had to have him, and put a decent shot on him, and this is what I ended up with.
Big brother's gonna be jealous.
When David sent me a video of what they've been taking, my oldest boy, Brent, said when you go up there, make sure I get on the video. So, Brent, I'm on here for you.
Congratulations, Tom.
Well, thank you, Shane. Shane told me to stay on that stand. I sat on it 2 days, and he said try it one more day, and I did. Thanks to him, this is what I ended up with.
Well, you did good on Wednesday. Tom here passed up a 150 class split brow tine buck, and I was even wondering myself what he was doing, but it sure worked out for the best.
This is what I come for, that's for sure.
It's a hell of a buck. God damn.
He's got mass just all the way down, and you can't get your hand around it.
Here we have with us direct from Austin, Texas, John Williamson. Kind of like introducing Austin city limits or something. This is Saturday morning of a Monday to Saturday hunt. And the only other glimpse John got of a buck, I think, was way back, wasn't it? John, tell us a little bit about how you ended up with this real braggy trophy.
Yeah, all week I've been seeing bucks in the morning. Seeing my best buck on the first day of the hunt, and as each day progressed, I've seen smaller and smaller deer. And there's the last day of the hunt. I guess persistence pays off, especially being in the same place at the same time. And a doe came out, jumped the fence, and seen a big deer in the brush right behind him. and he came out to the fence line, and I got my gun up and saw it was a good deer, and shot once and he fell, and shot again just to make sure he's going to stay down. And persistence really pays off. And
kind of a tough deal, isn't it, sitting there and keeping confidence for 6 days in a row? How many hours? 10 hours a day?
oh yeah, 10 hours a day sitting up there in the stand the whole day.
But these deer can't be everywhere, and they will cycle through an area, and they'll show up where they're supposed to show up eventually.
Yeah, that's why the guys put you there. They know a whole lot more about the activity going on in the area than what looks good somewhere else.
It's not easy, but it can happen.
It can, and just always keep alertness, and it eventually will pay off.
It sure did for you. That's a great job. Congratulations. Show us a back view of that thing. I got an idea he's going to show up real nice that way. There is some audacious brow tines on that thing. That is something. How'd you like to have him rubbing against your leg? God.
I wouldn't sit still too long.
Well, we haven't put a tape on him yet. Actually, we haven't even, have we even gotten inside on him yet? Inside spread, I don't think so.
We haven't got tape on him yet.
At all, huh?
We're gonna go get tape.
Yeah, we'll do that next, but based on what I can tell, I think he's going to be into the 170s.
It was a great deer.
Well, thanks for coming up and giving it a try, John. We'll see you again sometime.
Thank you. Maybe I'll be back next year or soon.
Good deal.
Really enjoyed my stay, and everybody real friendly and nice.
Saturday, 11:15. Took this buck, kind of like the in the 11th hour. I took my first year's buck at 11:15, the same time, and he stepped out 204 yards. I stepped it off, and he dropped right there. It's a great morning. Rattled him in, actually. Rattled at about 11:15. He was right there. Saw 10 does and 2 smaller bucks prior to this guy stepping out, and then rattled, and he stepped out just as pretty as a picture. Very pleased. First rate outfit.